light in here the right way so that we, uh-oh, sorry about that. So we don't have like a shadow on my face, but it's still there. So hi you guys. So as I move around with this little doodad that I got right here, which is turning out to be like a really cool thing. Thank you, Alicia, from Three Seeds, for giving me this thing. It's kind of a weird something. It's like a long stick thing, and then it has the part where you put the phone, and then it has like these legs that stick out, like boom, 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 you know, like the space station or whatever. And then that's it. So it also has a button on it. So like I guess if you wanted to take pictures or something, you could take pictures with it, which is really strange. But I don't know if it works. No, I don't have it hooked up. So it's not working. So anyway, we are doing Bright Idea Monday. Today is Bright Idea Monday. I don't think I still have access to the chat. Let's see. We're gonna hit put test in there and see if it goes. Now, I still don't have access to the chat, so I don't know exactly what it is. Hey Zebra Pet, good morning. How you doing? So Zebra Pet, as we had shared, has gotten a new logo and I like it. And so we're going to make some edits to it because, again, she is the owner of it and it's like how she wants it, how she wants it. Now, I'm going to give my professional opinion about it as far as what I'm looking at, but we're going to test it out because sometimes you got to see it to believe it. And that's kind of stuff. So it's looking kind of cute. I like it, but I'm gonna put like a little tiny one, like off to the side where the green is. So I don't know what color we gonna do because now we're introducing color. So you got to kind of keep those things in mind. Color. How many colors are you using? How many colors do you have? What is your brand colors? You know, what are that? You know, some. Now I got all kinds of colors on mine, but I'm just saying. You gotta keep that in mind. And as we have the classic Survive and Thrive, it's back. The flower that I painted at Debbie's paint party. So Debbie, way before COVID, Debbie did a paint party. It was just around that time when COVID was kind of like, let me think about that. And here it is. So we see that it stayed on for a while and it caused a lot of trauma. But I did this at Debbie's house. I know. I like the bright colors too. Those are the colors, the pink and the teal. And that was Survive and Thrive colors. So that's what I painted it. So it's really cute. It says Survive and Thrive right up here. And then it has a little bumblebee. Bumblebee, bumblebee tuna. Y'all remember that commercial? I love Bumblebee, bumblebee tuna. So, okay, I'm not doing very good at my thingy here. So again, this is the picture that I drew at Debbie's paint party. So that's what I got right there. But I appreciate all of you guys. Now, as you guys know, we're going to be doing My Bright Idea. It's coming this 14th. So we got almost like another week. You have another week to register. It's a 1 day boot camp. It's going to be great. A lot of you guys already worked with me on different things and helping you develop your ideas. This is just a little bit more intense. We're going to do it again. So if you still need some help and you haven't really quite executed or launched that idea of yours, this is your opportunity to jump on in and make it happen. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. I am like going through all kinds of papers, 2 years of shelter in place of work that sat on this table, and not this particular one, but that one over there. So it's like paper, paper, paper. And so what I'm going to be doing within the next month or so is going through and identifying things that I need to keep and things that I don't, or things that need to go inside of a journal or on some type of spreadsheet or something so that I can keep those things in my mind so I can pull them and look at them. So what I'll probably do is do a Word doc like what something I was doing at work where I had us put all of our ideas. So okay, this is an idea that came to me, and I'll share this with you guys. So again, another bright idea. So it's not rocket science though. But what it does, it makes it so that it alleviates you for feeling that you need to be writing down things and putting stuff down. Now, of course, we understand write the vision, make it plain. You got to write it down. type it down, write it down, whichever one it is that works for you. It's fine. So if you write it, then you type it. Okay. So that's kind of like how I'm looking at it. So what we did is that I usually and they usually will come up with all kinds of bright ideas. So when we come up with these bright ideas, sometimes we're in the midst in the meeting. So what we want to do and what I kind of put together or was saying what I would like to have is sort of a Microsoft form, and what this Microsoft form would do, it would put down these ideas that we have. So you put the date, you put what the idea is and what it's for. We have a couple of deliverables as far as our contract requirements that we need to make sure. So I have to make sure those things that we're meeting them. What milestone is it meeting? What objectives are is it meeting? And so what you want to do for you is you want to do the same thing. You want to know, why are you going to do that? Is there a big return in it? Who's it impacting? What is it doing? So you can kind of write those things down and put that as a field, one of the fields. So like when you're entering it in really quickly, you at least keep yourself developing the idea and the concept right on the fly, so that it's not just free flow is great because I free flow all the time. But when you get down to the point where you're going to make that idea an actual action step and an action item, you want to really drill down on it. You want to drill down on it. You want to, well, what, who's involved, how much money is it going to cost, or if it is, who is it going to serve, who is it helping, and then when do you want it? So there's always a date. You need to know when, the date on there is key. Like, when do you want to implement this idea? When you want this to happen? Who's involved, what is it going to cost? I mean, things like that. You want to write this, put this down. Now, only thing what we're doing is taking the idea from what you already wrote down, and then you're putting it into a catalog where that anyone or you and your team can go back to it, and it's in an Excel. Just like when you're doing a strategic plan, when you're doing a strategic plan, there's always the action part of it. It's like who, when, and and what or whatever. And then you have a little section that talks about, if it was something that you achieved that goal by that date, and if not, do you need to table it or put it to another time frame? So do you need to move it to where it needs to be either totally eliminated? Maybe it was a good idea at the time because it was addressing a problem. Maybe that problem is gone now and you don't need to have it anymore. So that's also a thought. So when you look at that and you put that into it, and then you have the action item, then when it's time to go back and remember, like, what was that idea again and who's responsible for it, you can actually do that. And that's kind of like what a strategic plan do. So I'm like combining everything into it. So you need to know who, what, and where and when. And then if it needs to be, if it's achieved, and if it's, meeting the timeline that you wanted it, and then if it's not, do you need to like redo it, like re-edit it or change it, or it needs to just go to the parking lot. And sometimes the parking lot, you just sit there, and you just sit there, and it's not that you go away, you just sit there in the parking lot. So you can park and lot some things too, because sometimes you need other people or you need something to be going on in order for that idea to actually take place. So these are some bright ideas and things that you could do, to kind of keep your life organized, especially if you're creative and you always are thinking about stuff. But then what happens, you don't want to make it feel to yourself that you're just thinking about things and you're not doing anything. Everything doesn't need to be action orientated at the time. Not that you don't do it, it's just that it's not the season for it. So the season for that particular thing is maybe not now, but you still want to have it wrote down and have it somewhere so that you can go back to it later. So then when you do go back, you need to look and see, like, well, why didn't I action orientate this? Why didn't I do it? What was going on? So that you're responsible for it, for the thought in the process. So you can have a section that says, well, why didn't this meet the deadline? So it's called a justification, just so we all on the same page. You need to justify what was happening and what was going on. So then you put that on your log thing, and you put it out, put it there so that you can go back and see, well, why didn't this get done? Or why didn't you table this or bubble this up? You need to understand, and you have a justification, and you know usually give yourself like a timeline. where like every 6 months, you're going to go back and look at your ideas and see what they're doing, and then see, what action step that took place or what didn't take place. So if you put it on a schedule where you either look at it monthly or you look at it quarterly, and you identify like what it is. So like strategic planning, you want to look at that kind of stuff. You could do it like every 6 months. Usually, you got a 6 month time frame with a strategic plan, and then you move things out to 3 or 5 years or what have you. Your longer term things. So that's all I got for you guys today. Bright Idea Monday. There you go. So, again, if you're interested, you want to work with me on that, you can sign up for my Bright Idea Bootcamp. We're going to be talking about all the things that you need to do in order to execute your plan. So, as I would say, go from thought to launch. That's what you want to do, is go from thought to launch. So, thank all of you guys for being here on this Monday, because it's a Bright Idea Monday. And I appreciate you guys. Now, I'll see you guys later on tonight for my Bright Idea Monday After Dark. So if you have questions and you have some things that you want to run past me, let's just do that. Yeah, with the light bulb, my Bright Idea. Did you guys see that new logo thingy I did? I like whipped that up. It was like cool. I was like, hey, this is turning into a logo. Let me just keep on going with it. So I had to create some. So that usually takes me a little bit of a time because I have to do it from scratch. Like I got to go find stars, I got to find a square, I got to put this on there, put the words, find the fonts, blah blah blah. So yeah, so thank you guys. I'm gonna get going, and I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys later on tonight for my Bright Idea Monday After Dark. And then Zebra Pat, we will be working on your thing. I got a few little projects that I got to work on. But some things go faster, some things are quicker than others, and yours was kind of like a quick thought. So sometimes when I'm breaking away from some of the longer thingies, I kind of pop in a creative thing, so it kind of keeps me kind of going. And I'll be like, okay, I'm still in this. I'm still in this. So thank you guys. I'll see you guys later on. For those of you guys who missed it live, you guys get to go back and catch that replay. See ya.